98 Sports Talk here with some quick thoughts on Justin Fields. He is the nation's number one recruit this past recruiting season. He signed with the University of Georgia, and that's pretty big news. And he's decided he was debating on whether or not he was going to enroll early at Georgia. And as of a couple of days ago, he has decided to enroll early. And that's really big news for UGA, especially considering Jacob Eason. Georgia didn't, we still don't know what Eason's going to do. And he's clearly not going to make that decision until after the national championship game, which is tomorrow night. But if I had to guess, I think it's very likely that Easton's going to transfer somewhere. I think he could probably transfer either to USC, Washington, or maybe down to Miami with Mark Richt. I think those are probably three likely destinations for him. I don't see him staying at UGA, although there has been some talk that he might just go ahead and stay at the University of Georgia. And if he did that, and the reason, the rationale behind that, if he did that, he would be one season away from the NFL, basically. But I think the popular thought, and I think the smart thing to do in this case, would be to transfer, get some more reps, which obviously is going to make anyone more NFL ready if that is his goal. And clearly, I think that's Eason's goal, to make it to the NFL. He's got, he's got all the talent. He's got a big arm, and he's got everything you want in an NFL quarterback. So I think he just needs more experience, and so I do think he's going to transfer. And again, I believe it's going to either be USC, Washington, or Miami. But anyways, back to Justin Fields. It's really good news for UGA. It gives them the much needed depth at the quarterback position, which everybody needs. I mean, you can't any major program going into the season with one quarterback. I mean, that's just not cutting it. So you're going to be looking at at Fromm and Fields there as 1A, and could be 1A, 1B. Fields is really good, and the fact that he is going to go ahead and sign early, that's again, that's going to allow him to get reps with early on and get in that spring game and show what he can do. I've seen a lot of video in Fields, heard a lot of stuff. In my opinion, he is going to be all that. And he is going to push from. I can see a scenario where you had kind of a David Green, DJ Shockley thing from the past, where Green was kind of the starter, and Shockley would come in for possessions. I think that's entirely likely based on everything I've heard with Fields. Obviously, we'll see what happens in the national championship game if Fromm can win that one. If he can do that, that clearly cements his starting position. I don't think you can really question that if he's a freshman winning a national championship. But again, Fields just brings that extra dimension. He's a dual threat quarterback, and when you say dual threat quarterback, you tend to think, well, they can't really throw the ball, but that's not the case with Fields. Fields can throw it all over. He can make every throw. He can throw it all over the field, and he can run. So he can really do everything that you want out of a quarterback, and he is definitely going to push Fromm. And like I said, I think I could see a scenario where, you've got Fromm basically starting and taking most of the possessions, where Fields would get maybe, one, two, maybe three possessions in a game, something like that. I don't know how quickly that would come. Obviously, I don't think he would be doing that at the start of the season. I could see that maybe becoming a thing, maybe late in season one, although I doubt it. But maybe in Fields' sophomore season, something around that. I can definitely see a scenario where Fields is on the field, and getting a significant playing time. So we'll see what happens. National championship game is tomorrow. I've predicted Georgia wins based on Jake Fromm's play. I just like his ability to throw the ball down the field. but we'll see. But good news again for Georgia that Justin Fields has decided to sign early. If you guys haven't subbed yet, go ahead and hit the sub button. I would appreciate it, and turn on those notifications if you want to be notified when I post a video.